Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
I went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me.
Welcome to Mike Vecchione Investigates, everybody. Another stellar episode on tap. I'm not in studio. It's not your imagination. I'm a correspondent now. I'm corresponding from Nashville, Tennessee, part of the Nashville Comedy Festival. I'm shooting my hour tonight, so this will already be in the books when you see it. So hopefully it went well. Otherwise, if you hear any tweets or news about me, that means it didn't go well. So let's get our thoughts and prayers together for me tonight in Nashville, which I recently learned is an hour behind New York, as Shannon was calling and texting, letting me know that I got the time wrong and that our guest, who is very busy, is waiting in a virtual chat room. It's not called that, but in a virtual Zoom waiting space. Mm-hmm. And she is needs to be released out into the world because she is a young, up-and-coming comedian who I've worked with and is very talented. We'd like to welcome to the show, Maddy Smith. Maddy, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be released from the holding room.
The holding room is just, what are you doing there?
What a purgatory. Hey, is he coming? Is he not? Oh, he's in Nashville. This is great.
Right. He's moving around. He's elusive. This is a very elusive podcast. If I had to use a word, and our fans dropped out of school, most of them, so they don't know words.
Right.
So elusive, we're going to have to explain that to them. And you're very smart. I know that. I've worked with you. What is elusive to you so that you could just teach our fans a little bit?
Yeah, for our fans, it's when you can't seem to find your purpose in life because you don't have a college degree.
Right. I mean, you took another shot at the fans. You took another shot at them.
You led me on to that.
Yeah, I led you right to the well, and you went right and you dove right in head first. And I admire that.
Yes.
I admire that. And I think the message to the fans is get an education. Mm-hmm. You know, what's stopping you?
Oh, debt? Oh, shut up. We all have it.
Right. Go to a VOTEC.
Yes.
I don't know if that's is that what they're called now?
I don't know what a VOTEC is. Is that like BOCES?
Technical training school.
Yeah, like BOCES. Yeah. Go get your cosmetology degree.
Yes.
Become a mechanic.
Become a mechanic. And they're not called grease monkeys anymore. That's a slur.
No, unfortunately, I'll say it every so often when I end up at a mechanic in the Bronx, but.
Yeah. And do you have car trouble often, Maddy?
No, I don't even have a car.
Because you're a woman, because women can fix cars.
Definitely. We definitely can. This one can't. I don't have a car. I totaled mine 5 years ago.
Totaled?
Yep. Proudly.
And I think we're on to our first investigation because what happened? Whose fault was it? And was it your fault? And yes, you probably going to need chapstick for this.
I'm getting ready to tell my total story.
Okay.
It was my fault. I was texting and driving.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm such a bad person.
Was it an important text? Was it like, this road is lit right now, dog? Like that's how kids are talking now.
It was probably some dumb, like, yo, what up, dude? Feeling wavy today. Ding dong, bing bong, fuck your life. And then boom, ran into someone.
Right.
It was probably good though, because I owed more money in parking tickets than the car was worth. So it had to go somewhere.
Well, I'm going to stop you because there's a lot to unpack there. When you were texting, you said, I'm feeling wavy.
Yeah.
A lot of our fans don't know what that is.
Mhm.
What is wavy?
Wavy is when you're like feeling good, you're feeling cool, probably
Right.
because you have a degree.
Right. Okay. So you're feeling good because now you're celebrating it.
Yeah.
You're feeling wavy in the car, and then what? Do you smash into somebody because you're not paying attention?
Basically, just trying to multitask on the 278. Look up, boom, there's someone right there.
Wow.
And it was a kind of crash that wasn't that bad, but the effects were like it just like crunched the car up.
Is there a chiropractor that was involved in that one? Because in some of those crashes, it's like I need to go to a chiropractor immediately.
I had no pain.
No pain.
I was excited to be done with the car. Don't tell my dad that, but
Oh, you didn't want the car.
no, it was such a pain.
Yeah.
I was parking in front of hydrants every night.
And that's a rebellion because of you hate the fire department, or what is it about that?
I hated the neighborhood. I wanted it to set on fire.
Right.
And I said, if my car in front of a hydrant can prevent you all from getting out, then I'm going to park in front of a hydrant.
Park in front of a hydrant. I always thought that, if the trucks, first of all, it doesn't need to be open. They could get around your car if they needed
I agree.
a hose. It's a hose.
It's a hose.
The truck isn't going to fit in the space anyway.
No, it's going to sit in the road.
It's going to sit in the road.
Yeah.
And there's a way to hook up the hose around a car.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're just taking spaces from us.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And do you feel any kind of way about that, Maddy? Because you have a temper.
I do have a temper. Thanks for pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel some type of way about just parking in general. It's all such a fucking mess.
Yeah. And you won't pay for parking.
I would. I don't know. I don't have a car anymore.
Right.
But when I rent a car and I go on the road, I just park anywhere and, hope that God's on my side.
You just park anywhere.
Yeah.
And then you let the universe handle it.
Yeah, I do.
And that's pretty great.
Yeah.
And that's pretty great. And a lot of times it doesn't work out.
Well, what you can do is if you get a ticket, you just never go back to that city again.
So you're banned from a lot of the cities around the country now because of very serious parking violations.
Mm-hmm. Manchester, all of Westchester County.
Oh, I thought Manchester was in England.
Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that big of a deal. No one wants to go there anyway.
But isn't it a quaint vacation spot? People always go, I need to
Give
go.
me 1 second. I'm going to grab my coffee.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Hello. Thank you. Have a good day. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me.
I think the fans got to look in the window of your life. You don't care about parking. You have no regard for the law sometimes.
None.
You're texting, you're chilling, you're driving, and then whatever happens, you're getting wavy.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting pretty wavy. And you didn't want the car anyway.
Didn't want
the car, or did they say, I didn't want the car, no way?
I did not want that car, no way.
No way.
No.
And so it was kind of a blessing. And someone almost had to die because of you didn't want the car. But whatever, dog.
Whatever. No one died at the end of the day.
No one died at the end of the day. There was
I think it's fine. I have no guilt. My dad got paid out a lot for the car being total. Life is good.
Is that how you live, Maddy? No regrets?
Not anymore, but when this happened, I was 26. So yeah, I was living
and flying high.
Now I'm 30. I have many regrets. I regret every decision I made until now.
Including your parking ones.
Yeah. Probably the number one is doing this podcast, but.
Well, shots fired at the host. It's a good one. That was a good one. That was clean.
I know.
I mean, Shannon is quietly celebrating.
I know. She's over there doing something.
He is celebrating that one. Well, I got to say, I played a firefighter in a movie, minor role, but still it's worth mentioning.
I saw it.
Yeah. And I have to take issue with you parking in front of hydrants though.
What are you, a method actor?
Yeah. It's what is going on with it?
I thought you were the one who said that they don't need the space anyway. like 5 minutes
That's when
ago.
I had a car and I was driving. I was like,
Right.
oh, they need a space. But then I took the role on as
Right.
a firefighter and I looked at it from the other side and I was like, that is kind of annoying that people just think they can park anywhere.
Right.
So
What?
I can see it from both sides.
I guess so. I'm still on my side.
But my actor side says no.
Right.
But my driving side says yes. What
God.
happened to that car, Maddy?
It's sat in a mechanic in Crown Heights probably for 2 weeks. And you know, when you're a girl and you're like, so when will it be done? And they're like, you fucking moron. So I went in and I was like, so do you think I'll have it in a week? And they're like, yo, this car is fucking dead.
Yeah.
You're not having it ever. So that was that.
Is that how they talk to women in the Bronx? You will not have it ever?
That was Crown
I'm a
Heights,
woman and I
Brooklyn.
have a choice.
They laugh in your face when you walk in.
What?
Mm-hmm.
God. Is that misogyny?
I don't care.
Okay.
No one even knows what they just. It
They
is
don't
funny
pay
to.
for that
It is
word.
funny to watch a girl walk into a mechanic's place and have a 30-year-old woman still have to call her dad to ask for advice.
Did we just write a sketch?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that a sketch idea?
Yeah. I think it's called King of Staten Island.
Do the mechanics in the Bronx, let me rephrase. Did the mechanics in the Bronx, do they think misogyny is a wrench?
Like a figurative wrench.
Like a wrench, like they don't know what it is. They think it's an
Oh.
actual wrench to fix something.
They're like, can you pass the misogyny over there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
or a tube. It sounds more like a tube than a wrench.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they think it's a tube.
So the car, you were glad to get rid of it, and now you're on the subway, and
Yep.
we know what happens on the subway.
A
Masturbation.
lot happens.
People
Masturbation.
pooping,
Now
thing.
shootings.
And
Gas
ask the
bombs.
woman, is that better for you? Is that better than having a car? I'm just trying to investigate this.
As long as I get home and I don't have to park a motherfucker. The only thing I'm parking is my ass in the bed. So
Whoa, that's lit.
life is good.
That's lit.
And I also have a friend who has a car, so I just have to be nice to her all the time. Life is good.
Yes,
Mhm.
networking, Hollywood
Yes.
stuff, network.
Hollywood, social engineering. Like this
Yes.
is all what's happening.
You look so good today. Hey,
Mhm.
yo, what up? You look good today. Can I borrow that car?
Exactly. I always thought you were so funny. Blah
Yeah.
blah
Oh, you're beautiful.
blah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have a hot boyfriend. That's too
Yes.
far. Is that too
Well,
far?
no, because she's gay, so I just say your girlfriend. I love
Your
gay
girlfriend.
people. Happy Pride.
Yes.
I'm open. I hate Florida, like the usual.
Right. Rainbows. You
Hmm.
send her a rainbow emoji? Is that an emoji now?
Yeah, it is.
Well, you're doing your part then.
Yeah,
According to Gen Z,
I know.
your part by sending a rainbow or a Ukraine now is the thing to say.
So
Like I'm accepting, and then Ukraine also a flag or an emoji.
I've been seeing Ukraine flags everywhere.
Yeah.
I did a club this weekend. They had flags on the table.
Was it Ukrainian owned?
No, it was Laugh Seattle.
Oh. Laugh Seattle. Laugh Seattle is what's their ties to the Ukraine? Tablecloths?
Uh,
Maybe that's where they get their tablecloths from.
Maybe they're supporting their part of their contractors.
Right. I think so. Okay, so the car is gone and now you're free. Where do you live?
Astoria, Queens.
Okay, Astoria, Queens.
Yep.
And I live there. That was my old neighborhood. But
I know we miss you. It's quiet without you.
has it changed?
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like so many new places to eat Greek food.
Okay. It's a lot of Greek food.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of I understand that the roads are filled with hummus. Is that true? For our
Filled.
fans who've never been to
Hummus and souvlaki trucks that
Slovak.
blow hot air in you when you walk by.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do you like that or no, Maddie?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's good to have someone blowing me.
That's pretty hot. I think our fans just got aroused from that.
I think so too. Do they know what aroused means though?
They do know they feel it, and they
Yeah.
just connected it right now. They're on a little bit of a delay because
Yeah.
the brain waves are slower.
Yeah,
They get it, and they know it, and they feel it.
good.
And so how many years in comedy are you, Maddy?
I'm 6 years in.
6 years in.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess about 6.5.
Okay. 6.5. That's what he said.
Hey, he wishes.
He wishes.
Yeah.
6.5, right?
Yeah.
So, and how are you finding it? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, for the most part. I'm kind of at the point of no return now. You
Yes.
know, what else am I going to do now?
Right. That's
I
what
said-
we get to that point.
Yeah, I said too much. I've told too many people. There's no way an office would hire me.
Isn't that sad now? Because when I was started, you could be anonymous. I was a teacher and doing it,
Right.
and there was no YouTube, there was no Twitter, and there you could anonymously just be a comic and get your skill set. And then when it was time to like do TV, then the cat was out of the bag.
Right.
But that wasn't for years. You know, there was now it's like a full court press.
Yeah.
And you wanted to keep a respectable job, you can't do it now.
You can't unless you want to stay underground, which good luck fucking getting booked.
Yeah, good luck getting booked on the underground.
Now everyone puts their assholes on the internet and
Yeah.
naked and live streaming weird stuff and just
Well, that's
so
the
much.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's OnlyFans.
Yes.
I was thinking about starting one of those and doing some kind of something, but not sexual, maybe with Bitcoin or something that people know about.
Titcoin.
It could be that.
Titcoin.
Titcoin.
Yeah.
That could be something.
I think so too.
That's workable. All right, guys, I want to take a second to talk about our friends over at rockauto.com. Hey there, auto mechanics and super cool do-it-yourself guys who work on their own cars. I want to tell you about rockauto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best prices. This is your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. RockAuto.com has been in business for 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. No more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle, will still charge you storefront markups. At rockauto.com, you can easily find everything you need, and whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, or working on your own car, everyone has access to the same incredible pricing at rockauto.com. So if you're a car guy, right now go to rockauto.com and check out all the parts available for your car. You're going to have so much fun looking at car parts. So once more, go to rockauto.com. No promo code needed, as their pricing is already that good. When you order, make sure to tell rockauto.com that you heard about them on Mike Vecchione Investigates. rockauto.com. All right, guys, let's get back into it. What did you do in your past life, Maddy?
Well, right before I started comedy, I started comedy in New York City, and I was working in finance. So I would work 9 to 5 and then go out and do spots at night. And I was really tired for many years. I got really bad at my job every time because I was so tired. But they didn't know I did comedy, so they just thought I was a really stupid 26-year-old.
Maybe they just thought you were very run down.
Yeah, I think they did. I would come in smelling like cigarettes and bar rags, and I really thought they thought I was like a rundown freak.
Did you work on Wall Street?
I was in Midtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a financial office. You guys were, there were papers that needed to be stapled.
Yes.
And you were like, we're low on paper clips. Somebody has to run out.
Yes.
I'm imagining what the office is like, Maddy.
Paper clips, standing desks, men circulating, TVs everywhere, playing the news and stock market trends, and men just making calls. And
a lot of our fans are unemployed, so we really have to paint the picture for them.
Yes.
It's an office, all the stuff that Maddy just said, men on phones. There's the news, but there's small numbers ticking below that, and ups and downs.
Yes.
And people are on the phone, and they're everybody's in a suit, and the women are in skirts, and not the skirts that you guys are used to, like the skirts that go to your knees. Respectful. Respectable. And then did you ever go into the common kitchen area, which I understand that they have these offices, and you're like, somebody stole my meatloaf.
Yes.
And you had to make an announcement, and you stood on your desk and you said to them, who stole my meatloaf?
Yep.
Who's a great singer, by the way, who just passed away.
R.I.P. Meatloaf. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Has anyone ever stole your lunch, Maddie, and you were tired, but you realized that they stole your lunch, and then that gave you an energy surge to kick some ass and take some names?
I don't know if anyone's ever stolen my lunch. I feel like I eat shitty food, so no one's ever popping in to steal what I eat. Has anyone ever stolen your lunch?
No, because I never worked in an office. I worked at a school, and I would get my lunch and I would come back to my room. And then when I was teaching high school, and I would, when I was teaching middle school, I would eat at the table with my kids.
Oh,
because we're a team, we're a family.
Yeah.
And we're going to eat together. We're going to learn together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together.
Okay.
That's the way I saw it, teamwork in middle school. In high school, you have a little bit more freedom. So I just opened my room up and I said to the kids, if you want to come in, you're welcome to take your lunch and come in my room, but only my students, only my.
Yeah. We're not doing outside students.
Stays out.
We're not doing outside students.
No outside students.
No way.
If you're learning with me and you're assigned to my room, you're my family. Get your food, come in here. We put on The Price is Right. We have TV I had a TV in my room. So good. And we watched The Price is Right, and we would eat.
And you never messed with the teacher's lounge?
No. I want to hang out with the teachers for when I got my kids.
Right. Do you miss being a teacher?
Not at all.
Okay.
And then sometimes every day.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes every day. So it depends on the kids that you had. But you didn't have kids. You were in finance and you had numbers. And did you find it to be cutthroat?
No, I was just like a project administrator type of girl. No one was competing with me. No one wanted my job. However, between the men, there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Especially during bonus season. Like bonuses were fucking high as hell.
What was going on with the men, Maddie? What did you observe with the men? Let's get into that.
Just like very grunty type of behavior. At 11 a.m. What's the move, boys? Chopped or sweet green? Like gorillas.
Was there a lot of CrossFit talk? Are you going to CrossFit today? Or are you going to do ropes? They do the ropes.
Actually, the finance guys are soft. They do Soul Cycle and they do like Equinox.
Soul Cycle?
Yeah, no CrossFit. They're softer men.
Right.
They take care of themselves. Sometimes they get pedicures and manicures.
Wow.
Stuff like that. They're softer on the edges.
But they're competitive still.
Yeah.
They're soft and competitive?
Yeah, which is like a horrifying combo.
Well, I think the word you're searching for is malleable.
Yes.
And I think that's a lesson for our fans because malleable is it's a little bit more than flexible, I think.
It's like ability to like move around with stuff, right?
Morph is the word you were looking for. Morph. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Morph, yeah.
Okay.
You can put morph right into my mouth.
Morph right into your. I think
easily influenced.
Of a metal or other material able to be hammered or pressed permanently out of shape without breaking or cracking. And these men
call me malleable.
Are you yourself malleable?
Yes. Yes. I'm very form-fitting to every situation.
And women are unbreakable.
Yeah.
And the future is female. Would you agree with that t-shirt?
I am, and I'm a nasty woman.
Oh. I think a lot of our fans are going to be writing in off of this, Maddie.
Good. I'm excited.
Well, they're going to be sending emails, and they're on Twitch. I think it's a new thing. Is that new?
Twitch is new, yeah.
I'm old. So I just I know email. I know that's a thing.
And phone calls.
And phone calls, which I had to get called because I was unaware of time zones that were happening. We're on a different time zone, and Shannon used her curt but serious but yet still friendly and loving voice as to say, what do you want to do, Mike? Because it's 12 o'clock right now and you are downstairs having breakfast with your family and you judged the time.
Yeah.
Shannon needs to put me back in line sometimes, Maddie.
I agree. I think you need more than just Shannon.
What? I'm sorry?
I think you need more than just Shannon.
Well, I also have Katie Hannigan.
I know. Who we love.
Who we love. We all love her. I mean, no one's going to dispute that on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We all love her. But she also has that thing. And I said, I'm on a low carb thing right now. You could probably tell by my chiseled face, Maddy.
Yeah, you're everything about you is chiseled.
So I'm real lean and I'm not that malleable because I lift weights like an adult man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going on this thing because I don't want my face to be a big fat buffado chunky meatball face on the screen wherever this is going to be, on YouTube maybe. So I don't want my face to be chunky. So I've been doing intermittent fasting. I don't know what diet plan you follow, or if you do, or if you're just
I do a little bit of IF.
Are you just wavy about it though?
I'm wavy about it. I'm wavy. I try to just like not eat before bed and then eat the next day when I'm like really hungry. And that is a kind of naturally IF.
That's so casual, Maddy.
Yeah.
It's cash.
I just don't like eating before bed.
No, eating before bed because your digestive system needs a chance to rest.
Yes.
And for those of you eating chips right now, as you're watching this, put them down.
You're a fat whore. You're a fat whore.
You just need, you're being very blunt right now. And I think our fans need that, Maddy.
I know.
And I'm trying to explain it out though. Your digestive system needs a break.
Yeah, it does.
So I cut the carbs out of my diet to get my face chiseled and my body, but mostly my face. And I cut the carbs and I said to Katie Hannigan last night, I'm just going to continue this afterwards. What my plan is, and if you're not into diet right now, you need to focus in because this is what we're talking about. I am going to keep low carb, but one day a week, I'm going to fast and for 24 hours. And the other day of the week, I'm just going to eat nothing but carbs. I'll go pancakes in the morning. I'll go pizza at night. No meat, only carbs.
Okay.
It'll confuse my, because when you're doing all meat, you survive on ketones. That's your energy source. But when your body gets glucose again, it starts to flip out and it adjusts.
I agree. I like to keep my body guessing.
Yes.
Keep it on its toes. So I'll do healthy Taco Bell.
Right.
Boom. To let it know you're not safe.
Yes.
Don't get comfortable.
Right.
Keep doing your job, bitch.
And don't get comfortable in there. And is that the message you send your body? Don't get comfortable. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything
it's also how I justify a binge.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm training my body to continue to process and make me skinny.
That's pretty awesome. So Katie Hannigan, a friend of the show, goes, I don't think that's that healthy, Mike. Okay, maybe you should have some. She's pushing this whole grains on me. Maybe balance it out and just have whole grains. I'm like, no.
Bitches love grains.
No grains. I'm not one of these soft guys that you were like in your office. So I feel like those guys eat a lot of quinoa.
They're eating quinoa, bulgur, barley. What else? Brown rice, wild rice.
Yeah. They're eating that stuff, and that's not for me. I'm a pretty extreme guy, and I like the extremes, Maddy. Are you an extreme? Are you with me? Or are you on Katie Hannigan's side, who's balanced everything out, Mike?
I'm pretty extreme.
Yes.
Well, I can't do balance because that's when my balance is thrown off. My balance is extremes.
Yes, your balance is extreme. And I noticed during your comment that you started to do a little stretching. And was that purposeful to let our fans know that you have a certain level of athleticism that you have to let out of the bag? You can't keep it contained the whole time. Like you're in the middle of answering a question and there's a couple of stretches that need to happen.
Well, I want to let them know I'm malleable.
Yes.
And yes, I stretch. And yes, I'm currently in ketosis.
You are currently in ketosis right now.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, do you live alone? Our fans want to know.
I live alone. Life is good.
Life is good. And you can just, without roommates, it's just, isn't it the best?
Game fucking over. The minute I moved in, I was like, oh, I don't have depression.
Right.
I thought I was depressed.
And what was it? It was these other people, the other roommates who were leeching off of you. Oh, do your dishes. And it's like, hey, chillax, which is what a lot of kids are saying.
Chillax. Just knowing they're there is just horrifying.
And now you wake up, you do spin kicks in your living room, whatever you want to do, right?
Yep, whatever I want. Every day.
Every day.
Hopefully I don't run out of money.
Say it again.
Hopefully I don't run out of money.
Well, do you tell your landlord it's Maddy time? Do you have like a catchphrase or something? Living
No,
alone.
but I need one.
Winning.
I need one. What should it be? Maddy time?
It's Maddy time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a great one. It's a great one to scream at somebody. Maddy time. You know?
Yeah.
Fingers out, guns blazing.
Yes.
And then after you go, it's Maddy time.
Yeah.
You blow. For those of you who can't afford a computer and you're just listening to this.
Yep.
I'm blowing on my fingers like they're guns, and then I'm putting in an imaginary holster.
And that's to my landlord?
It's to whoever.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, anybody who needs to know what time it is. You know, or if somebody like asks you what time it is, I mean, everybody's got phones now. It doesn't happen very often, but they go, hey, what time is it? It's just such a great setup for you to go, it's Maddy time. And you can make some sounds. I'm not against that.
Blow on the guns.
Yeah. And then blow on the guns and put them back in your holster.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about a first impression, Maddy? That's a first impression.
Okay.
I mean, that's show business. I mean, you do that to the right person, you're getting a development deal, and they don't give them out anymore, and it doesn't matter. But a development deal you will get. And then you can park anywhere you want.
Right.
You can
This
park
is
in a
perfect.
house.
I'll park on Rockefeller Rink.
You can do it. You'll park right on Columbus Circle.
I will park right there. Well, this is good because I'm going to Moon Tower this week and it'll be filled with industry people. So I'm ready. I'm ready to talk to them like that.
Are you going to use Maddy time?
Yeah, I need a development deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You use Maddy time, and then you maybe have me on your show that you get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're gonna be a fireman. You're gonna be a fireman. Yeah.
Yeah. Or some kind of a blue collar. A guy. I could be the mechanic where you take your car to me, and I go, "Hey, look at this chick. What are you talking about, lady? It's totaled."
Pass me a misogyny. See if I can fix it. I got you, Mike.
Well, I think it's great, Maddy, and I'm looking forward. Are you looking forward to Moon Tower?
No.
No.
I don't really like Austin.
Why not? What's your beef?
I don't really like festivals either.
No. Are you a people person?
I am on my own time. I just don't like dead time.
Yeah. You don't like dead time.
No. I like headlining. You go and you know you're about to do like 4 to 5 hours of comedy.
Right.
For this, you're like, I have like 5-10 minute spots. You know what I mean?
Maddy, how about this? You ever hear of this? And this is a guerrilla tactic.
Okay.
Blow the light. You're fourth on
Yes.
the lineup, you blow the light. They're like, you're only supposed to be doing 5. And it's like, it's Maddy time.
Right.
Takeover. It's a takeover.
Right.
And they used to do that on MTV. I think back in my day, they did an MTV takeover where an artist would come in and just take over the studio and they would play whatever they wanted to play.
Yes.
And it fits in with your brand.
That's
which is
what I
Maddy
did.
time.
It's Maddy time. Yep.
Yeah. And then everybody gets bumped off the show and people are angry at you. And it's like, Maddy time. It's wavy.
I told you guys what time it is. Right. I'm doing that.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think you're going to piss off a lot of comics, but they're not the one with the money.
Right.
And then, Maddy, how do you feel about being a villain?
I'm ready. I'm like kind of entering my villain phase. And I kind of want to be like canceled.
Yeah.
I could use the press.
Now, as a villain, do you think that you need like a hat or something, like a dangerous hat or some kind of a beret that makes you, because you look very, you're very pretty. I think I can say that still.
Yeah.
And, but
I don't want to get me too'd.
Also very capable. I follow it quickly with that. You're very pretty, but you're very capable and smart and a very good comic. But do you need like a beret or some kind of a hat that you tip down?
I'm thinking
maybe a veil or something that goes, oh, when you walk into a room, everybody goes villain. I'm
thinking like Carmen Sandiego's outfit.
I don't know what that is.
Oh,
Shannon, can we pull up a picture of Carmen Sandiego so I know?
Big hat, like she's a badass.
Yeah.
1 second.
She's like a.
Oh, there's apparently a new Carmen Sandiego.
Oh.
I'll show you this one. This isn't the one I remember.
Wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of
That's
that?
what I'm talking about. I think that's amazing. And that look on her face,
Yep.
Maddy, it says everything.
That's literally me after I blow the light by 20 minutes.
Yes. And you're staring at the industry and you're staring at the other comics who goes, I'm getting bumped. And that is the stare where you go, you got it. You just got served.
You just got served by Maddy Smith.
You just got served by Maddy Smith. That's a good t-shirt. It's a good t-shirt. And also on the back, it's Maddy time. And it says it in between two fingers.
Yeah.
Like guns. Your thought.
Done. Merch. I'm calling my merch guy after this.
Call him right now. Get him on three-way. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Thruple. Can I thruple?
Yeah, we'll do a devil's threesome with him.
A devil's threesome. God, it just keeps getting more. It's just in line with your brand now. We've taken you from just a comic, up and coming, talented phenom, and we've turned you into a villain. We've turned you into a heel.
Good. I want to be a villain. People don't understand. Like, I want to be bad. I want to be bad.
I think that's a song. Isn't that a Christina Aguilera song, Shannon?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I want to be bad.
'Cause I'm bad. I'm bad. That's Michael Jackson.
That's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I think that there's a sexy, dirty Christina Aguilera song.
I think there is. Remember when she came out with that album where she looked like she was covered in gasoline and
Yes, and it was dirty. I think that's the name of the song.
DIRRTI, 2 R's, right?
Yeah, double R on dirty. But you know what made it better? If there was a $sign somewhere in there.
Yeah, she missed the mark a little bit.
Missed the mark because I like a $sign, even if there's not an S.
Right, I know. Kesha picked that up though. Kesha has a $sign in her name.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
Instead of wearing a cross or something like that, and I'm Catholic, but what do you think of? Would you ever just wear a $sign around your neck to let people know you're about the billions?
Yes. 100%.
That fits in with your brand now.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I'm trying to have more like drip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is drip?
It's like great style.
Drip is great style.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what people are calling it now?
Yeah, I think you have drip.
What did you just say?
I think you have drip.
I have drip. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. So, but I'm always learning.
Right.
You know, and you just taught me.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to use that in my everyday language. You know?
Yeah.
And
the student can teach the teacher.
Yes.
Which you know.
Right. I do know that from being an actual teacher, board certified. And what if somebody's they're trying to be too fashionable? Do you go, you're drowning? The sink is clogged? What do you say then? It's drip.
That's why drip is drip, because it's just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh, just a little bit of tobacco.
But if it's a lot, yeah, you're drowning.
Yeah.
You're drowning. You ever see like
this, Maddy? I mean, it's important. Context matters. Do you go, bitch, you're drowning?
I never have, but I'm going to now.
Right. After you say it's Maddy time or before?
I think it's a 1-2 punch. So it's Maddy time. What's that outfit? Bitch, you're drowning.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that has such a great ring to it.
Yeah.
Bitch, you are drowning.
Yeah.
You're drowning.
I could use that on Wild 'N Out.
Yes. And that's a show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a show on MTV.
Correct.
Very cool. Well, we've gotten, I don't want to, first of all, Shannon, you're going to love me for this. Let's go to plugs.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. Always be closing. Always be closing.
I'm gonna have Heidi lick some caviar off my balls in the meantime.
This guy is a wrecking machine. And he's hungry.
Guys, thank you for supporting Mike Vecchione Investigates. We appreciate you. We love you. We have to be hard on you. And I'm very sorry about that. But the fans who are loyal, they know. And this show might not be for everybody. But if you want a good comic hang and just a great conversation, go to another podcast. We need people who are a little more hardcore, who enjoy a solid investigation, and it might be an interrogation, and most times it is, and some feathers might get ruffled. So you guys who stuck with us and continue to stick with us, we love you and thank you for supporting, for subscribing, and we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. So thank you. And also the 9 p.m. YouTube premiere. We appreciate you guys. It's a core, hardcore group of people who come every week, and we love you. And we can't, I'll just be vulnerable and say I love you. So, and thank you for your support. As for me, I'm taping today in Nashville, 2 shows. Hopefully it'll be out on some platform soon. Some lucky platform will get this, and you guys will be able to see my 1-hour special produced and directed by Nate Bargatze and associated with 800-pound Gorilla.
Awesome.
Yes, and it's going to be great, guys. And I'm also talking myself up because we shoot in a couple hours here. So so look out for that. Also, MikeVecchione.com for future dates. In May, I'm in Arizona at the House of Comedy, and then Minnesota at the end of the month, House of Comedy. So if you're in Arizona or Minnesota, please come out to see your boy. I'll be doing the hour that I'm taping now because I can't write a new one that quickly, guys. Stop being greedy. And for future dates, MikeVecchione.com, at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms. Also, my other podcast, The Macaroni Rascals. We do everything macaroni, everything rascally with my friend Greg Stone, who's hilarious. 2 Italians talking about their mothers and the pasta and the mafia non-stop. We keep kicking it. Subscribe. It's a Patreon. Become a member. Become a half member if you can't afford it. We'll accept it. But that's the other podcast I have, Macaroni Rascals. This is more of a hardcore investigation. That is a little more just kicking it, as the kids say. Okay, so thank you for your support. And Maddy, what do you got?
Oh my gosh. First of all, macaroni. How do you do that with no carbs in your life?
It's just a podcast.
Okay.
I can't consume it. Great point.
I was getting nervous. Well, they do have that carb-free stuff these days, though. But you guys, I have a podcast. It's called That Time of the Week. It's me and my girls. It's really funny. Full video episodes are available on YouTube. Audio is available everywhere. Additionally, I have some dates coming up. Go to maddysmithcomedy.com. I'm always touring. I'm coming to Salt Lake City at the end of the month. I'll also be in Bloomington sometime this summer. Variety of dates. I'm also based in New York City. So if you guys are in the city, just literally Google me and you'll find me. And then finally, I'm out with the Rat King, Theo Vaughn, in all of May, June, and July. So we'll start that tour at the Wiltern in LA. So check out my website if you want to go to those shows and watch me do 15 minutes before a guy who does 90 minutes.
That's pretty great. Those are huge crowds. Theo's killing it.
Yeah.
And that's unbelievable. He was in New York for a minute, and then he went back to LA, just blew up. And now he's a huge act, touring around the country. It's unbelievable.
It's insane. His fans are rabid.
Rabid fans.
Rabid.
That's what we're all looking for. We're looking for rabies-infested rabid fans. I think I can speak.
Yeah, I think so. Come on and bite me.
Shannon, what do you got?
You can follow me on Instagram at Shannon Lee 6982. Listen to my podcast, The Thing Is, Ding. We talk about bad dates, fighting, and ghosts. Wherever you listen to Mike Vecchione Investigates, you can also watch it live for free every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern at gasdigitalnetwork.com/live. That's absolutely for free. The best way to support the show is to go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code MVI. That'll give you a 1-week free trial, which gives you access to every single episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates, as well as every episode of every single show on the Gas Digital Network. If you listen on iTunes or YouTube, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, all that good stuff. All of that helps out the show. Go to podcastmerch.com for t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs. And if you have questions, comments, or your own video investigation to submit, send it to MikeVecchioneInvestigates@gmail.com. That's it.
All right. Well, Shannon, do you have that article? And can we get into some articles? We don't want to waste Maddy Smith here. We have her. We've talked about her and her blossoming career. And now we want to get to the news and some articles because we want to take her skills as an investigator and really just dive in.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So here's the first one.
Okay. I mean, Maddy, I don't know how you feel about this.
Dude,
because
relatable.
jury awards him $450,000. That's what K means for those of you who don't know money.
For those of you who already thought 450 was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, 450K, it raises the stakes, doesn't it,
Yeah.
Maddy?
Yes, it does.
And you're in finance, so you know what that K means. But a lot of our fans are in poverty, so they don't know what that is.
Right.
That's how they text. They go, K?
K? Yeah, I'll meet you at Little Caesars.
Right. Jury awards him $450K, and here we go. Sometimes it pays to be fired. A Kentucky man who claims he was canned after suffering a panic attack over an unwanted office birthday party sued, and a jury awarded him $450,000. The jury awarded the loot to Kevin Burling, who sued his employer for disability discrimination, claiming he was fired 10 months into his job over a birthday party gone wrong. Maddy, I mean, most women, I'll speak for all women here. I think I have the license to do that. They all love their birthday month. They don't even go to a day. And here is a man who walks into an office and goes, don't even think about saying happy birthday to me. HR was like a white girl's boyfriend. They're like, she wants something. She's just playing coy. Right.
Yeah.
And what is HR for our fans who have never had a job?
Human resources.
Okay. And what do? Is it just about humans there, or what is it?
Basically, it comes down to humans. They take care of company culture, make sure no one's getting sexually harassed.
Right.
Make sure when you get hired, you're not, you do a background check, yada, yada, yada.
And they're making sure that people don't force birthday celebrations on their employees.
To me, if someone asks not to have a birthday, it's that easy to say, okay, no problem.
How are you with your birthday, Maddy? Do you make a big deal out of it?
I just like to have everyone together. So I usually just go to Patty's in the city and invite everyone I can. One night only.
Is it a drunk fest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big drunk. Yeah.
And you encourage that? You like no waters. If you're drinking water, beat it.
I don't even notice what other people are doing because I'm in a blackout. No one could show up and I would still be like, that was the best night of my life.
You're in a grand mal seizure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the candles as you get older?
Don't mind. I like my birthday. I think it's fun. This guy said.
Question, Maddy. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm firing them at you right now, but they're coming to me.
I'm ready.
Trick candles, Maddy. Do you feel betrayed?
I love them. They remind me of the 90s.
And that was a good decade for you?
Yeah, it was like very like wholesome, except for like my parents were weird. But this guy said he didn't want a birthday party because it triggered his parents' divorce. To me, I just want to be like, grow up.
Yeah, it's like, get over it, dude.
Dude, we all have trauma.
Yeah. And how do you deal with yours? Stretching, yoga?
Stretching, yoga, CrossFit, keto, just the normal stuff.
What about yelling at others? Is that a part of it?
I don't like yelling.
Okay. Because you're smart and you sit there and you can cut with your words. I get that about you. Your
words or silence or future actions. I'm like, they won't know now how they messed me up, but in 6 months when I'm not working with them anymore, they will know. It's
so Sicilian of you. Sicilians have a saying, it's revenge is a dish best served cold.
Mm-hmm.
So you just mentally make a note of it, a mental note, like Bitcoin. That's like a mental digital
note. Mental note, yep.
And then you just make moves, Maddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just say, oh, noted that you're that kind of person.
Right.
You will realize your mistake in a few months.
Right. Duly noted.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Let's get back to this story.
Yes.
Because Kevin Burling, I don't know what this guy, I mean, it's about the trauma, I guess. He had trauma.
I guess, but it's like, go to therapy. $450,000 is so much fucking money.
In his suit, Burling claimed he told the office manager not to throw him a B-Day party. This is TMZ, by the way. So they just say B-Day party. I love abbreviations.
They're so cool. They're so cool.
It's great. Do you do that, Maddy? Do you just abbreviate anywhere?
Everything.
Yes. And like when you were in finance and you made a commission on something, do you go, I got the commish?
Yeah.
And then did you scream, it's Maddy time?
Yeah. And then I said, "You're drowning, bitch."
Yes, drip.
Drip.
Not to throw him a birthday party because he suffers from an anxiety disorder. And
Goo goo gaga. Boo. Get over it.
You're already booing.
I'm just saying. Keep going.
He suffers from an anxiety disorder, and a celebration would trigger bad childhood memories of his parents' divorce. But Burling says the company, Gravity Diagnostics, already doesn't sound like that much fun.
I know.
I mean, Gravity Diagnostics, that doesn't sound like a party company, does it?
No, it sounds like pretty boring stuff.
And this guy signed up for that. He signed up for Gravity Diagnostics.
Right.
If this guy would have had a job at a party store, I would go, okay.
Right.
But now he's at Gravity Diagnostics.
Right.
So forgot his request and threw him an office birthday. They forgot his request conveniently. Do you think that was an accident, Maddy?
I don't know. I feel like they were like, the HR girls were like, just do it. He's like joking.
Yeah. And men have feelings, and men also have consent.
Mm-hmm.
And he should be able to consent to a party. He shouldn't have a party forced on him, Maddy. Your thoughts?
Right. I hate when I have parties forced on me.
Yes.
But also, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal.
But is it a violation?
No, I don't know. Everyone's got a lot going on.
Well, okay, just bear with me a second.
I would hope that a human in this society can handle a birthday party without having...
Okay, bear with me a second. One day, they're throwing you a party at the office against your will. Okay. The next day, some people you work with are crashing on your couch. Is it a sliding scale? It's like, hey, let's cut this off early.
You're saying it's a gateway?
It's a gateway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's something to that, Maddy?
I definitely don't.
Okay. All right. Well, you shot that theory
I'm just saying, in an office, bitch,
working this case, and you shot that down, and it would be awkward if we just go to lunch.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what do you think of this theory? And you'd be like, I think it's dog shit. And I would be like, I guess I'm gonna eat lunch in my car.
I think it's dog shit, and my intermittent fast is about to end, and I'm really fucking hungry. So let's keep it moving. Yeah.
Oof. You're shrewd.
I would be the worst copper investigator.
Oh my God. And it's like when I would come into work and meet you and we're about to work on a case, I go, how's your weekend? Mm-hmm. And you would be like, dude, let's just keep it moving.
Yeah. What's the problem here? I'm going to have an anxiety attack in my car if you ask me anything else.
Wow. That's dope. Are people still saying that?
Yes. Do you have anxiety?
I do.
So is this relatable for you?
It's relatable for me. Yeah, it does. And I think that both sides of this, I think the company might have honestly forgot, but my suspicion is they're lying and they didn't forget. And they just wanted a party because it's diagnostics and that's boring. And sometimes the diagnostics people need to let loose and just get it in.
My suspicion is that they forgot. And this is a grown man who needs to learn how to handle these situations. If he's going to have a birthday every year, maybe we can start seeing it coming and, get ready for it.
Maddy, do you think that we should do a follow-up investigation? No one else does this on podcasts, so that's why you guys are watching and listening. This guy, he gets fired. Yeah. He sues for the birthday party that was forced upon him. Right. He wins $450,000, and then maybe he throws a party because he's rich. Mm-hmm. You think that negates the legal decision if he throws a party?
I've never heard of legal money being given back, really.
But is that a precedent? That it's and the precedent is a word that we use.
You can do this if you don't throw any parties, because if you throw a party, we'll know that you were faking it in court.
Faking it in court, and you were lying under oath after you swore on the Bible, and that's perjury. I think that's perjury, Shannon. Yeah. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
Oh, you're just an ex-teacher.
I'm an ex-teacher, but Maddy, I don't know if you knew this about me. I have a criminal justice degree.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you went to teaching grad school?
I went to teaching at night because I was working with juvenile delinquents, and then I went back at night and got a master's. I don't want to go through my whole journey.
Okay, sorry.
I'm tired of hearing about my successes and wins.
I know.
And I just wanted to let you know that I'm throwing words like perjury out. I'm throwing these words out, and it's coming from my criminal justice background.
Right.
So I have an investigative podcast, and I let people know I have the schooling behind it. I'm not just winging it.
No, I didn't think so.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get that straight.
I have a background in investigative stuff because I've dated men. So we're always, trying to figure out what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
Is he bad?
Is he bad? Is he good? Is he fraudulent?
Right.
And that's a word that I'm like using.
Is he going to have a birthday party?
Is he going to have a birthday? Would you force it upon a boyfriend, Maddy?
No.
He said, I don't want a birthday. You have a surprise party. He breaks up with you. Surprised? Are you surprised?
Talk about a surprise party. No, I tend to listen when men tell me stuff. I take it at face value.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's women listening.
Yeah.
Maybe we should make this a segment. Women listening. God bless you.
Excuse me.
COVID strain. Let's go back to this birthday party. We're not done working it.
Okay.
Let's read the rest of it.
Yeah, let's go.
1 second.
I love coffee. What hotel are you at?
Virgin.
Oh.
Virgin Hotels.
Okay.
Okay, but Burling says the company Gravity Diagnostics forgot his request and threw him an office birthday party August 7th, 2019, pre-pandemic, causing Burling to have a panic attack. I mean, he must have lost his mind during the pandemic. If he's thrown by a birthday party, the pandemic must have really screwed this guy.
Unless he's someone who he's like, the pandemic was great for me. Like introverts love the pandemic.
Are you an introvert, Maddy?
Nah, I'm a little bit of both, I think.
Give me a percentage.
50-50.
Oh, wow. Right down the middle.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving, Kevin Burling. We've got to get this. Is that somebody having a party, Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'd love to see that. And I think that's a woman having a cake.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just it's a gallery.
That's not him.
No.
Burling claimed he called into a meeting with company brass the next day.
What's company brass?
You worked in an office, Maddy? You don't know what company brass is?
Is that the uppers or whatever?
That's the big shots.
Really? I love how TMZ just uses slang in there.
I love it. And that's where we get our news. And I wish they would have used the term fat cats. Do you prefer that?
I like fat cats. That's really cute, actually.
Brass is you don't know what you're dealing with. Fat cats is like, all right, we got a situation here.
Yeah.
The next day, which he says triggered another panic attack. That's 2 panic attacks. 2.
That's a lot on the nervous system. I'll tell you that much.
It's on your central nervous system,
too. Yeah.
And he says 3 days later, he was fired via email. That's a coward's way to fire somebody.
1,000,000%. Say it to my face, bitch.
Or do it on Twitter. People are doing that now. You're fired.
Yeah.
Oh, they say you're canceled.
Yeah, that's how we get fired.
And they just tweet it out so that everybody knows.
Yeah. So they were worried about him.
Called into a meeting, triggered another attack, fired by email because they didn't want to deal with panic attacks. Probably it's like, let's just do this digitally. So if this guy has a seizure or something, it's just in his own home. Mind
you, this is in Kentucky. If this happened in the Northeast, they would promote him for mental health awareness. But in the South, they're like, I don't know about this demon man.
Do you think this guy needs an emotional support? I guess in the South, it's an emotional support hunting animal.
He needs something. I don't know. He needs to get laid.
Or a hug? I was going to go a hug, and you took it further than that.
He needs to get his cock sucked.
All right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm just saying.
We went right at it. Is that a great birthday gift, Maddy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Birthday blowy. Always works.
Blowy.
Yeah.
The company claimed they were worried about Burling being angry and possibly violent. So now they put out feelers that this guy might be dangerous.
Right. Which is so extreme.
I mean, it's pretty extreme. He's not dangerous enough to enjoy a birthday party, but he might lash out.
Right.
After a few months after being fired, Burling sued. And there was a 2-day trial last month where a Kentucky jury awarded him $450,000. That means he told a lawyer what happened, and the lawyer goes, I think we have a case.
Yeah. Lawyers can
quick.
make anything out of anything.
Well, they probably got 45 grand out of this. You think they got
Easily 45.
It includes $300K for emotional distress and $150,000 for lost wages. Have you ever gotten $300,000 for emotional distress, Maddy?
No, but I could use some.
What about when you got into an accident that was your fault because of texting? Do you think that you could have sued the person that you were texting for being thirsty?
Maybe, yeah. It's Amy Hawthorne at New York Comedy Club.
Yes. And Amy Great and New York Comedy Club is the best. But
yes,
it's like the charge should be thirsty.
Right.
You're charged with being thirsty.
You're thirsty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's $300,000 and $150,000 for wages lost.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does this go right to his bank account? I've never been in a lawsuit. Does all this go right to his bank account?
I think it goes Venmo. I think that's what the kids are using now.
They're on Venmo.
They're on Venmo.
Yeah, the courts are on Venmo.
Dog. And do you think that I would go and drip it? That means put it a little bit in at a time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, drip.
Drip.
Yeah.
Drip. It's fashionable. Shannon, what time are we at? I don't want to take up any more of Maddy's time than necessary.
We're about 58 minutes.
58, a perfect time.
So what's the results of the investigation?
We've come to a lot of different conclusions here, Maddy. We investigated your driving.
Yes.
And you didn't even know you were being investigated. You thought it was like a cool back and forth. Oh,
yeah.
It's a little bit, we've worked together before. We have a good, but I actually got a lot of answers.
Yeah.
And our fans got a lot of answers.
Mm-hmm.
Then you went to get coffee and then you came back. We talked about your car. We talked about your parking situation.
Yep.
Okay. And about how you don't care. And then it's like your financial office background and you were a project manager and how your office etiquette was and how no one ever stole your lunch because they knew better.
And it was bad lunch.
Then we transitioned into an investigation about a guy who sued for having a birthday party. So, I mean, I'm just recapping, but there was a lot. It seems like we're not doing anything. It seems like, talky. But we actually got to the bottom of a lot of this.
Which is?
The bottom of it is you do not force a birthday party on people.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
People have the right to party and people have the right not to party.
Yeah.
And if you force a party on them, they can sue you for $500,000 and win.
Good luck, Gravity Diagnostics, with recovering from that.
Good luck, Gravity. I guess they have to raise their prices now.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. And we got a lot done.
I think so too. I had a great time.
Do you feel liberated now? And that's a term people are using with women.
Yeah.
Do you feel liberated?
I feel liberated. I feel like, I feel liberated. I feel free. I feel like I can do anything.
Well, I hope you have a great day. And I'm sorry I was late on Zoom.
Don't be sorry.
I do not respect time zones. And Shannon knows that about me.
Right.
I have no respect for them. And I'm not going to play by their rules.
I woke up 2 minutes before I logged on.
Oh, my God.
We're on the same page.
You were so on fire.
I know. That's how good I am.
And I think it's because of the theta state of when you wake up, you're in theta.
Yeah.
And I think we did this whole podcast in theta and the investigation, the several that we did for our fans who, where's my Gas Digital subscription going?
Right.
You got more for your money.
And it's Maddy time, bitch.
And it's Maddy time, bitch. I would like to thank my guest, Maddy Smith, for being on. Thank you for coming on, Maddy. Thank you for sharing with us. I really appreciate it. And as always, Shannon, and I'm Mike Vecchione, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Guys, thank you for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates. And if you go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com. Promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. Thank you again for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates on the Gas Digital Network.